So I think one of the things that's often overlooked is just how expensive planning a trip to the games can be. And this will be my 7th year coaching at the games, and there are some advantages and disadvantages of heading to Wisconsin. Definitely Wisconsin is generally cheaper than California, this has to be said. But for us, we like to go over at least a few weeks before. 10 days, ideally. There's a time difference we have to accumulate, so the weather conditions there, and it just gives us an optimum time before we start. And that obviously brings in more expenses. Also, during the games week, obviously accommodation's expensive, the athletes have to pay for their tickets, pay for their food, etc. And so, based off these rough calculations, and some of these costs will be shared, it probably works out, we budget around 6,000 euros, 7,000 euros, which probably equates somewhere like 8,000 or 8,000 US dollars per person to go over for the games and do the games in a good way. And I think it's just important for people to be able to kind of realise those costs and what the athletes get in. Even if you won the semi-finals this year, you would receive 5,000 US dollars. So even with winning the semi-finals, you are still probably, if you travel in from anywhere outside of the US, are going to lose money competing at the games, unless you can then win money at the games as well. And this is where people in the gym helping out their athletes, sponsors helping out athletes, all these things contributing to the athlete's success and getting there is really important. They spend the whole year, in essence, sacrificing work, sacrificing all these things they could do to make money in order to train and compete. And then for a lot of athletes, especially made it their first time, realising the high cost, it can come as quite a shock. So we just put this together. Obviously we did this very quickly. We've been going over this a lot lately to look at the best logistics for us. But it's just to give people out there an idea of how much the games typically cost an athlete to compete. Paddles will be waiting here. You're then going to get the paddle. We're going to come out, hit the same routes, and back in. We may extend the paddle a little, so we actually do this. We'll see how long it takes. We'll see how long it takes for us. But for now, that's the idea. And what we're going to do, so I'm going to be out on the paddle, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop probably around 5 times here. So what we'll do is we'll always meet back at the paddle to make sure you're swimming in the right way. And if someone feels advanced, they can just do returns. So they can just swim out ahead, come back to the paddle, swim out ahead, come back to the paddle, if you don't want to stay as a group. Yeah, so we're going to try and hold the group together.
Well, that means that Julie can I don't know, put a weight vest on Julie or something.
Some ankle weights.
So it's something that makes her drown. So she
just need to take care of it.
Have you seen the water now? Because this out here is bad when it's calm.
Bad when it's calm?
Yes.
Oh, but do you from here? Do you want us to swim to this point or really be close?
No, I really want you to be close.
Okay, because it's a difference.
Obviously, when we get out here, we're less protected.
But this is tricky here because I remember there are buoys quite far.
Yeah.
So probably we have to swim like this a bit.
So what I'm going to do, I'll aim to be ahead instead of struggling, and then I'll wait, we'll pause there, and then we'll
if you are
remark
at
the
any
next
point,
one.
it's far away from me, I'm just going to turn around and swim back in.
Okay. Might be windy. I don't think it's going to be worse than last week.
I can stop to
So they can't come.
This is true. The risky part is actually this crossing problem.
Wow, it's not that big a crossing. But we'll play about on the paddles a little bit first as well, just in this area.
But I'd rather play around swimming, because that's where I'm going to panic.
So dramatic, no? You're gonna do this anyway, so
Should have seen her yesterday.
So we are, well actually the CrossFit Games have announced event number 1. Castro announced it, obviously no specifics, but long swim, longer distance paddle. It's hard to know what type of paddle. Typically the games have used these small boards, things like Australian life-saving boards, so we don't have any of those available, so we're actually going to do stand-up paddle. We've tried in the past doing lying down, but the boards are a bit too wide, so we don't have any surfboards available. So stand-up paddle, we're going to do swim, stand-up paddle. It's probably going to be somewhere around 1.4k sea swim, and then we're going to do the same distance on the paddle with some warm-up beforehand. We get to look to improve on last week's swimming.
It's literally like out on the deep end though. It's not like building up distances, getting more comfortable. It's just straight out, we're going to swim 1.4k.
Oh, so excited you are about swimming.
It's going to be even worse afterwards as well. Oh yeah. The sea doesn't look too bad here, but this is the inside of the seawall. There's that quiet and nice.
This looks very calm.
Yeah.
Might be less calm on the outside.
I think so. I just turned
And
when I
then
met you.
when I came back, you guys could just turn when you met me.
I think I swam like half the distance that you swam. Like, I just
That was pretty far too. It was like, I think 1200.
yeah, you swam 1200.
Yeah.
I probably swam like 600.
Good
Yeah.
time.
Just imagine now how long this is going to take when he's going to have all of us swim.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long workout.
1400. I could, at that time, I could crawl 25 meters and then I had to have a break and then I could crawl 25 meters again. First swim session, swim 1 mile.
Oh shit.
It took me, I'm not kidding, it took me an hour.
Yeah.
No, I think it took me 40 minutes instead. I probably miscounted as well. Probably didn't even do a mile.
That should be quite close.
No, it should be close like this now. Shouldn't it? Yeah.
Just keep your arms straight.
It's not really coming out, is it?
Probably 200 meters in. The girls, you can see it's a little bit wavy. Not as bad as last week, but there's some turbulence that they have to play with. This week they have the sea wall that they can sight off, making life a little easier. And then once they get to the edge of the sea wall, there's going to be a transverse across the bay, so they won't have the wall to sight off, but they'll have to do some straight sighting again.
Okay, so today it is, I believe it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah. Great stuff. Now, so we had a good session in the gym in the morning. Finished now with the swim and a paddle. Overall, I'd say it's a good training day. Not my swimming's not necessarily my favorite, but it's good to get going. But get it done, at least. We're leaving for the States now on Sunday. We did end up getting the exemption letter from CrossFit, which is very good, so we can travel straight to the US. We don't need that 2-week quarantine in Mexico or Caribbean or whatever in between, so we can go straight to the States now. Quite excited. It's going to be good to get away as well, because then kind of games prep will start full, like we go away, it's only training that's going to be focused, not like work and other things that can distract around. So I'm excited to get it going. It feels a bit surreal though. I'm gonna like, it's been so long now since one I haven't traveled in a year, 2 years, or a year and a half. It's a year and a half since last time I left the island, and I've never been on the island for that long before. So it feels very, I'm almost a bit anxious for traveling again. I just haven't done it in so long, and then I'm kind of don't believe that we are going to travel, so I think I'm not going to like realize that we're actually going to leave before I'm in the States. I don't think I'm going to, it's not going to come in completely before we're actually there. Part of me is like, there's something's going to happen, we're not going to be able to go, but staying positive. Hope so.
I don't know why, but it seems like at some reason it feels like we did only swim session. I just forgot that we've been at the gym in the morning. We did some overhead squats and some CrossFit workouts. It was good. It was a good day. Like swimming, it's not my how to call it, like my favorite thing, but I think we did pretty good in this. Luckily in Madison there is no sea and we're gonna swim in the lake, so I think we're gonna survive. And I just bought tickets yesterday, so I'm very excited for the travel. We're gonna fly to Madrid on Sunday, and from Madrid straight to Chicago.
Okay. Hi, so my name is Julie, and I was honored enough to join the 2 Games athletes for the workouts this week. I'm from Denmark, and where I live and work as a doctor, and then I used to be a swimmer. So today's workout was pretty cool to join. Also pretty fun doing open water swimming. I haven't been swimming that much for the last couple of years since COVID, so it was pretty good, but open water swimming is just like way harder than swimming in the pool. And then paddle afterwards, pretty challenging for me, so I've only done it maybe 4 times total. But it's always nice to see the girls and join them and having them really challenge me in the gym as well. So it's pretty good seeing Jacqueline again and Gabby as well. Yeah.
Okay, so we, I don't know which day we are games training now. However, we leave for America this Sunday, so I hope you're crossing your fingers that we actually get in. We're heading straight to Wisconsin, not Madison. We're going to spend some time in the north, do our kind of pre-games camp, finish off final preps, make sure the girls are accustomed to the time zone to the training. You guys are hopefully going to be able to follow along with that journey. We then go to Madison for the games, which is starting the last week of July. And we will keep you all updated with all the info that you need.